Today, we're going to talk about how to distribute personal items in your estate plan. Let's jump right in today. I think when folks sit down to think about their estate plan, they focus on the big things like my house, my bank account, my IRAs and 401ks, the big stuff, right? Now, what do you think all these big items, your house, bank accounts, and retirement accounts, what do you think they all have in common? Do you want to take a guess? Well, all of these items, your house, bank account, IRAs, 401ks, they all have to do with money, right? People will sit down and say, my house is worth $150,000 and it's paid off. I have $30,000 in the bank and $250,000 in my IRAs or 401ks. They will proudly tell me their estate is worth over $430,000. Guys, that's awesome. But these are all really just forms of money, right? And if you hit retirement with a house that's paid off, $30,000 in the bank, and $250,000 in retirement, then you're rocking along just fine. And I would say most people will want these assets divided equally between their kids. Or maybe they want it all sold and split between their kids and their favorite charity. Or maybe they want it all to go to a charity and that their kids get nothing. So it is really easy for folks to say, my estate plan will be easy because I just want to distribute everything equally. Where I stump folks is what we're going to talk about today, and that is your personal effects. Personal effects can include such things as jewelry, appliances, tools, furniture, clothing, china, silver, coin collection, works of art, and gun collections. All of these things are personal effects, are personal items. Now, I should stop right here for 1 second. If you have a piece of jewelry that's valued at $50,000 or an original work of art that's worth millions of dollars, then I consider those assets. So check with your estate planning attorney like me or a CPA when working with these high value items. Personal effects are just generally your day-to-day items. Maybe a pocket knife handed down through the generations, or an engagement ring passed down over the ages. These are the items that really cause folks to take pause. It's really easy to say, sell all my assets and divide them up. But do you do that with an engagement ring when there are 3 young ladies in the next generation? You see where I'm going with this? Generally, people want to sleep on it. And sometimes it will take them weeks to decide. It's easier said than done. But my advice is to talk with everyone. I know this is not always feasible because of family dynamics, but you might be surprised that the person you thought really wanted great-grandmother's engagement ring really doesn't want it. So it's better to know that and give it to someone who will actually appreciate it and will cherish that ring. Okay, I'm about to go over 4 ways I generally see people distribute items. But if you're getting value so far, can you do me a huge favor and hit the like button below? I would really appreciate it. After I sit down with folks, these are the 4 ways that I see most people pick for distributing their personal effects. First, some people don't want to do anything. They just say, let my kids figure it out. And I can tell you from experience doing probates for almost 20 years that that is usually the worst thing you can do. But people sometimes just don't want to think about it. And I understand that. Second is what most folks do. And that is something that I highly recommend. And that you have a serious discussion about personal items like jewelry, pocket knives, and other sentimental items, and figure out who in your family should get each one. Now, we're not talking about every single item in your possession. That would take forever. We're just talking about those items that are important to you and your family. Once we figure that out, I like to make a specific distribution for each one of those items in your estate plan. So it'll say something like, Jennifer gets grandma's ring. Enrique gets dad's watch. Sarah gets my diamond pendant. That way, there's no question who gets what. But have that discussion with your family first to figure it out. Third, is we have a lottery of sorts where we literally draw names out of a hat. Basically, we set a day and a time for the lottery at your loved one's home. An heir must be there physically or send someone with their proxy. We put the names of everyone who appeared in a hat. We always try to use a Cortes Law Firm hat. Now, we put the names in the hat and we pick a name from the hat. The first name here is Jennifer. So Jennifer gets to go around the house and pick one item out for herself. Then we pick another name. It's Richard now. Now Richard gets to go around the house and pick one item. You get the idea. We pick everyone's name, and then once we're done, we put all the names back into the hat. And again, always the Cortes hat. So this goes on and on until the heirs don't have anything else left or that nobody wants. You get the idea. Once we pick everyone's name, we put them all back in and we start over. This goes on and on until the heirs don't want anything else in the house. So this is not a bad system and provides a fair way to distribute things. Another plus is that it can bring the family together and share good memories in the house as they go through the things that they want. You know, there's always stories when they pick up particular items. A fourth way I have seen was done by a past client, and I could not believe they did all this work. They simply bought stickers, one for each child. One was a flower for their daughter, a football for their oldest son, and a smiley face for the middle child. They literally went through their entire house and placed these stickers on everything. Guys, this took them several weeks, and I have to say, I was really impressed. Now, if you have done specific distributions, a lottery, or put stickers on everything, what do you do with all the stuff that you did not provide instructions for? After you've made specific instructions, then at that point, I am comfortable with people either distributing the remaining personal items equally between their kids and giving their personal representative or their successor trustee the authority to dispose of them as he or she sees fit. At that point, all the good stuff is gone, and your personal rep or successor trustee really just needs to have the authority to move the process along. Well, guys, that's all for today. If you got value, then please hit the like button below. And if this is your first time here, then please also hit the subscribe button to get notices every time we post a new video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. And as always, have an awesome week. We'll see you next time.